Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficulties. It's also a measure of how tough you are mentally, emotionally. In this video, I want to share with you 3 ways that I find practical and easy to apply, easy to learn. Way number 1 is to start recognizing our feelings. We have emotions, we have feelings all day long. We have different emotions when different things happen to us, on different events at different times. When different people say different things to us, we feel differently. So start to recognize our emotions, start to be aware how we felt when something happened. For example, if you were scolded by your boss in front of your colleagues for submitting a report with a lot of mistakes a few days ago, do you know how you felt at that point of time when he scolded you? Were you aware of your feelings? Were you able to recognize your emotions or feelings? If you can't, start reflecting. You have to do more reflection to think back, feel that particular moment when it happened. How did you feel deep inside? Do you feel angry with him? Were you disappointed with yourself? Were you upset? Or were you embarrassed? If you don't think you can do it, if you don't think you can remember or recognize that emotion at that point of time when it has happened a few days ago, it's okay. But start doing it more often. Start recognizing your emotions more and more often. Try to practice every day. When something happens, when somebody says something to you, try to reflect how did you feel. And then be more aware on a daily basis. Everything starts from somewhere. If you are new to this, you have to start practicing, start training your mind to recognize your emotions. Recognizing our emotions is very, very crucial, very, very important. It's the most fundamental step for anyone who wants to be more resilient because when times are bad, when we are facing difficulties, we almost always feel negatively. We almost always have negative emotions. But when we start to be aware of them and when we start to recognize all the negative emotions that we have, we feel better. Trust me, but you have to start practicing. The second way is to pay attention. Pay attention to our surroundings. I can feel the breeze coming from this direction. I can hear 2 different types of background music, one from this side, one from this side. One of it is definitely 80s music. I can hear birds chirping. I can feel my body being well supported by a very sturdy and good quality stool. This is my surrounding. Pay attention to our surroundings. It starts to train your brain to become more mindful. Mindfulness, of course, is one of the new buzzwords in the personal development industry. But what does it mean? In simple terms, it just means we are aware of our present. We are aware of what is happening around us. When we are present, we are just enjoying the moment. When you are in the present moment, when you're watching this video wholeheartedly without thinking of anything else, actually, you have no problem at all. But I have to qualify my statement by saying that the problem that you think you have or haven't solved yet still exists. But just being mindful, being in the present moment, makes us feel that we don't actually have a problem. Because the truth is, when you are watching the video, there is no problem. But when you are thinking about the problem that will come tomorrow or that has happened yesterday, you are constantly bogged down by the future or the past. You are not present. So train yourself to pay attention to your surroundings. The third way is to break it down. Any big issues can be broken down into the very, very small part. As an example, I'm facing one issue which I felt it was big. 3 days ago, I got a notice and I was informed that a few of my staff has resigned. Um, they didn't gang up against me, but they just happened to want to pursue something else at almost the same time, the same week. So it's a big issue to my business. I need to solve it. I was very bothered by it for the last 2 days. But when I start to break the big issue, break it down into small little parts, and looking at the smallest possible part that I need to tackle first is to put up a recruitment ad. Putting up a recruitment ad is actually very easy. I can do it within 15 minutes. And I have done it. By breaking the big issue into small little part, the smallest possible part that you can ever see and imagine, you start to see there's no big issue. There are only small little issues or tasks that you need to do and complete. Once you have completed X number of small little tasks, certainly most of the things have been solved. So there you go, 3 ways to start to become more resilient. Recognizing emotions, paying attention, and breaking it down.